Oh Allah, use me as a means of goodness, not just to the Muslims, but to the believers too. And then I added in it to mankind, because I remember the Prophet ﷺ was a mercy to mankind. So I said, all mankind, let me be a good example. Fast forward 4.5 years, 5 years later, I look at where this is reaching. It's not from me. This is from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There are a lot of people do undertaking. I met a brother yesterday that washes in Houston. He was telling me we've done 600 and something bodies in the last 12 months. And he would see some of the worst stuff too. But he said, I learn from you, my brother. I watch your videos and learn. My knowledge and my gain all from Allah. Come to Allah with a pure, sound heart. Allah says, إِلَّا مَنْ أَتَى اللَّهِ بِقَلْبٍ سَلِيمٍ. Only the one that comes to Him with a pure, sound heart. Because Allah knows what's in that heart. Every single one of us. Clean it. And how do you clean it? Make dua. Ask Allah to change your ways. Ask Allah, because dua is so powerful, man. The only thing that can change qadr is dua. Qadr, qadr, man. Qadr is like, it's written.
Qadr is destiny.
Destiny. أَن تُؤْمِنُوا بِالْقَدْرِ خَيْرِهِ أَوْ شَرِّهِ. This is part of our belief. Whether it's good for us or bad for us, we have to accept it and believe in it. Make that dua so it's always good for you.
Yeah. So why that? How do you make sure that it doesn't turn into something that makes you go, okay, I'll just give up this world, I'll go up into the mountains or stay in the masjid and do nothing? I mean, you're still going to the gym. Why do that?
I remember the story of Barsisa. He was one of the Israeli, he was a monk. He was one of the monks. It's a story about a man who was such a big, great worshipper, he detached himself from the world. And the story is it's very, very short, where 3 brothers had a sister. They wanted to go to a ghazwa, a battle, and the only person to leave their sister, and the most person who was the most purest and they could trust, was this guy Barsisa, the monk. They approached him and he said, no, leave me out of this. I can't look after a female. Anyway, the shaitan came and said to him, basically whispered to him, oh, this is a good thing. Why are you letting her go? All right, I'll leave her in this house and I'll stay in another house. From there to there, drew closer and closer until adultery was committed, and the major sin. It goes further where a child was involved. He killed them both. The shaitan made him kill him. When they came back, the brothers, a ru'ya was seen. The shaitan was telling him, he's killed your sister and the baby. They had a baby. He said she just died of normal causes. She's buried under this rock. The shaitan came to them and told them where she was buried and that there's a baby with her. They came and all 3 brothers saw the same dream. And subhanAllah, they went, they undug the grave. And back then they were shallow graves, not like we dig now. And they did find what they believed to be their sister and the baby. And they went back to Barsisa, and he was taken to the king to be executed. And as he was dragged to the king, the shaitan came to him in the form of a man again and said to him, oh Barsisa, the only way this can go is to make sujood for me. And he made sujood and he said, see you later, thank you very much, meet you on the day of judgment in hell. And he died as a person who came off his religion. And the whole moral of this story is that it's not over to the end. And we know with Ahmed, the scholar Ahmed, his father, Ahmed Hanbali, when Imam Ahmed's father was on his deathbed and he would go in and out of consciousness, because you got the stupors of death, you got the sakarat al-maut, the ins and outs of death as you're dying. And this is the biggest test, when the shaitan wants to come at you the most. It's all good when everything's running good, you're strong, Iman, but it's those times. And he said, la ba'd, not now, not now. And then he woke up and Imam Ahmad was like, oh my God, my dad doesn't want to die. Like, this is a man, death is supposed to be the forefront of our lives. And he said, you said, la ba'd, what's like, you don't want to die? He said, no. The devil was there, biting on his hands, his own hands, saying, I lost you, Ahmed, I lost you. You've slipped out of my hands. In other words, I couldn't get to you. And he said, la ba'd, not yet, I haven't made it yet. None of us have made it, my brother. Not one of us is guaranteed Jannah until we step into it. Until those angels come to you and say to you in the nice form, O pure soul, come out to the forgiveness and mercy of your Lord, you haven't made it. Until that happens, then smile, because you will be smiling when you die, because they do. But till then, I think to myself, we haven't made it. Things can turn. We could drive down the freeway now, something go wrong, altercation happens out on the freeway, you get killed in an angry state, in a ghadab state. That's not a good ending. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, none of us, we have to really be careful in how we move in this earth and keep asking Allah for a blessed ending.
So death has been associated with evil. What would you say to those people?
Look, I think death is haqq. It's a yaqeen. Hatta ya'tiyaka al-yaqeen. Allah has described death as a yaqeen, as a certainty. So if death is a certainty, accept it and do for it. It's up to you how you want to live your life. Everybody will go into their own grave. Every soul will be asked its own questions. But how badly do you want it?
Why do you think people fear death so much?
Because they, as a human, you fear anxiety. You fear something that we haven't been to yet. We haven't gone to. You know, like me coming to Dallas, I was a bit anxious the day before I came because I haven't been to this environment yet. I haven't been to Dallas in the sense of America and Dallas, and I've been to America, but years ago for other reasons, you know, sporting reasons. But to come to a Dawah thing and religion, and I got anxious. I actually got a little bit anxious and started getting a bit of anxiety. So can you imagine death? And part of that was leaving my home. I don't like leaving my home. You know, your home is there. You got your car, your home, your family, your belongings, your toilet that you love using. Everything is there, your fridge. You're leaving it. But I know that if Allah wills, I'm coming back to it. But death, you're not coming back to it. You're departing. And you'll see most people that die, especially the good souls, they've already started to prepare. They let go of things. They release. They don't want to know their account. They don't care about their... Right now, we know our PIN numbers on our net banking and everything so quickly. You know, when you're about to die, brother, none of it means anything. Your money, your wealth, none of it. All you start caring about is the good deeds. What have you done? What have you left? What's going to continue for you when you have gone off this earth? People will forget very, very quickly. They'll be talking about what they're going to eat as soon as that dirt is tipped on you. So what have you left in place to not rely on the humans to be making dua for you? You need the sadaqah jariyah. You need ongoing charities. You need righteous deeds. You need things like, you know, Ramadan, coming to the masjids. And because who remembers people these days are your fellow believers? You know, you'll get a guy who prays, for example, in our masjid, we have a guy who would pray in a certain location in the masjid every Dahar and Fajr. He's an old man. He couldn't come to the rest. And he had one spot, and everyone knew not to sit in that spot. That was his spot. And if someone accidentally sat in it, they would know not to sit in it. He's passed on. I look at that spot till now. I don't want everyone to pray in it anymore. Like, I feel like it's, like it's subhanAllah, it was his spot. But I look at it and I think, subhanAllah, the Hajj, he used to always be standing there. He was always kneeling there. He was always the last one to finish Sunnah. These are the memories you want to leave.
I think what you're illustrating here is that it's the keystone to your existence as a believer. A keystone is the stone in a wall or in a door frame or in anything built where if you remove it, the whole structure falls. The reason is because as you're illustrating, the moment you start remembering death often, your prayer improves. You're able to control your lust better. Your patience extends. Your taqwa increases. And you're able to even do more acts of worship. It is the keystone to everything around.
Yeah, look, subhanAllah, I always remember the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, and this hadith is mankind in general. That three things will follow a janazah. He didn't say a Muslim janazah, a janazah, meaning a deceased. So whatever his belief was, he's a deceased. A dead person is called a deceased. They don't say a Muslim deceased, a Catholic deceased. For us, it's a deceased. So the Prophet ﷺ said, three things will follow a janazah, a deceased. His family, his wealth, and his deeds. Two things return, the family and the wealth. That's in every scenario. But your deeds, good or bad, righteous actions, bad actions, good deeds, bad deeds, will stay with you only. They follow you and they stay with you. So, what's the moral of this story? Make sure you have a lot of them, good deeds. Because if that's all you're taking with you, don't you want to make them the most beloved thing to you on earth? If something you know is going to be what is going to save you in the next world, wouldn't you make sure that that thing was so protected and multiplied and you would get so much of it in rations so you can use where you're going to where you're going?
Yeah.
When you know everyone else is leaving you, they come to the airport as a traveler. They say, Salaam alaikum, goodbye. They leave. They come to your janazah. They leave. That's life. That's a journey.
There's so many nonprofits out there all promising the same thing, and we never know which one to actually trust, which one will actually invest our money into the future of the communities that they serve. That's why I've partnered with Human Appeal USA, because they don't just react to emergencies, they invest in their communities. They don't just give to the orphan and the poor, they invest in their education, their healthcare, and their future. Not just short-term reaction, but long-term investment. Donate at give.humanappealusa.org/Ansari podcast, where you can give to humanity and give to the Ummah. I'm so excited to be bringing you guys this exclusive opportunity for Ansari podcast listeners. We've officially partnered up with Elif to back the next generation of Muslim founders. We're partnering up to launch the Elif Network, a global pipeline into startups for Muslim builders. So if you're a developer, an engineer, a designer, a writer, a marketer, or more, and you'd like to work for one of the fastest growing startups in the world today, then head over to elif.build/network-tap or press the link in my bio and apply for free today. Can you tell me a little bit about your workout routine? What's your workout?
Man, my workout, you know what it is? It's every day do something, man. Just get in there and do it, bro. As much as you don't feel like it, push yourself. Get in and just do something every day. Like if you want to lift weights, just work. Work in. Me now, I work out in a way where it's I'm on a stopwatch because I'm on time, and I'll try to fit in as much as I can, but I don't get heavy. So
you don't go heavy?
Not heavy anymore. No,
not anymore.
Too long. Okay. I used to go very heavy. I used to bend bars, but now it's like it's longevity. It's having huck on my body, not to keep injuring myself and hurting myself. There's no use lifting so heavy. The next day you're so smashed, and that when you're praying you can't even go down and up because you're feeling instead of feeling the khushu' of your prayer, you're feeling the khushu' of your back hurting you from the heavy squats and that.
Yeah. What's your rep set?
I don't know, 12 to 15 always, or 10. I'll never do less than 10.
Yeah. Medium weight.
Medium weight, yeah. Whatever I can do at 12 to 15 reps. Then I'll superset. I like supersetting. I like doing pyramids, like 2 exercises back to back, or 3.
Okay. So I do supersets 10 to 15 medium weight. I'm trying to do heavier weight because I've been doing low weight, high rep most of my life, and I just want to get a little bigger. But you said you do pyramid. What's that?
So pyramid is like I'll do, say I'm training chest.
Yeah.
So I'll set up on a Smith machine. So I'll set it up on incline, for example. I'll start on incline Smith machine, followed by pec deck, followed by dips.
What was that?
Pec deck,
I've never.
Oh, pec deck.
Oh, pec deck.
Yeah, pec deck when you sit on the or cable crossovers.
Okay.
So I'll go 1 set, 2 set, 3 set. That's 1 set.
Whoa. Okay, so you do 10,
15, 15, 15. Then next set, bit heavier. I'll do 4 sets like that.
Dang.
Yeah.
So you do a circuit, basically.
Yeah.
A circuit. Wow.
Yeah. I like that, man. I find it easy.
And you do 45 minutes only, right?
45. If I get an hour, means I did calves with it. I did like a little bit of extra stuff.
Right.
Or I'll sit on the phone too long.
Dude, you just made me feel better about myself. That's what I do.
That's good, bud.
I do circuit workouts.
But
make
it quality circuits. Like make it. Yeah. Always have your heart rate on. Keep your heart rate at about 60, 70%.
60, 70%. What does that mean? I'm 25.
So 220 is base minus 25 is 195. So 195 is your maximum heart rate. At 195, if you get a 195, means you're working at super, super high level, which you wouldn't be. That would be like full anaerobic. So you do 70% of 195.
Okay. And so
you'd be having at 145, so 150.
And if I go over that, is that a problem?
No, because lifting weights makes you go over it.
Okay.
So during the set, you'll see it will go up.
Do you do HIIT workouts?
High intensity.
Yeah, interval training.
Yeah, I'll do. I'll change around, man. Like I always go by how I feel. Sometimes I go in slow, like feeling like I don't want to be here. Then half an hour into it, it's like, man, I'm loving it. I could stay another hour now.
Yeah, those are the best days.
Yeah, they're the best days.
They're the best days.
Especially like legs. Like it's like I already got bad knees, but I'll get in there, I'll start light, and then man, you just build up to like pain goes, everything goes.
You know what I found for at least weight loss? I would run, I would do sprints, I would do high interval training and weight lift. High interval training, obviously HIIT workouts were probably the best for weight loss.
Yeah.
But to be honest, walking has been the best.
I walk every day, bro.
Yeah.
I find